Saber que eu sempre fui só de você, você sempre foi só de mim. Que eu sempre fui só de você, que você sempre foi só de mim. Que eu sempre fui só de você, você sempre foi só de mim. Eu sempre fui só de você.
Seats, please.
Você sempre foi só de mim.
If we could have everyone take your seats, please. We're going to begin in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, please do take your seats. We appreciate it. If you do not have a chair, there is standing room behind the media platform. Thank you.
Next to Mr. O'Malley. That one's for you. Kate. Lieutenant Governor.
If everyone would please take a seat or stand behind the media platform, we do have to let these side corridors be open. If everyone would please take a seat or stand behind the cameras, we appreciate you. That's you, Alexi. Sit down.
Good morning, everyone. We have a new state's attorney in the house. We can do better than that. Wow. I think they're excited. It is an honor to welcome you all today for the celebration of our new Cook County State's Attorney, Eileen O'Neill Burke. Let's give her another round of applause. And it truly fills my heart to look around this room and see all of the people Eileen has brought together. Democrats like former Mayor Richard Daley, Republicans like my former boss, Cook County State's Attorney Jack O'Malley, independents, men and women. I mean, I see people from every part of a unique and diverse county that is home to people of every background and belief. That we are all here together is a testament to a leader who knows her why. You guys, often, if you've heard me speak, I talk about knowing your why. We have a leader who knows her why. Because one thing I've learned leading a large and diverse and frankly opinionated caucus in Springfield, my members are here today, they'll tell you they're very opinionated, is that people are often going to disagree on how to achieve a goal or when is the right time to do it. But more often than not, our why is very much the same. My friend Jim Durkin is here today, and we disagreed a lot, but our why was very much the same. And that's why we're still friends today. Why we get out of bed in the morning, why we work so hard for the things we believe in. That's the same on the south side of Chicago as in the north suburbs of Cook County. We all, each and every one of us here today, want to help people. We all want to leave something better for those who will follow us tomorrow. And because Eileen O'Neill Burke knows her why, she can see common ground that we all share, even when others may see division. She sees that common ground. She knows we all want to live, work, and thrive in safe communities. And she knows we all want a justice system that works for everyone. She knows we want justice for Cook County. So Eileen knows that in our democratic system, we can disagree on many of the hows and whens of governing, and we can make those disagreements known, sometimes at maximum volume. There's a lot of people in this room that's good at that. As long as we never lose sight of our why. At a time when many ask how we move forward together, our new state's attorney, the team she has built, and each of us in this room today are beginning this important work with the understanding that no matter where we live, where we come from, or what we do, our common prayer for the people of Cook County is that we work together. We work together today, and we work together tomorrow. Eileen O'Neill Burke is a leader who knows her why and lives her why each and every day. And that's why we can stand here united, Democrats, Republicans, and independents, and come here today because we know we have a new leader in the state's attorney's office that's ready to build a better tomorrow with all of us helping her together. Let's give her another round of applause.
Good morning. I would ask you to rise so we can sing the national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rock rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning. My name is Pastor Phil Jackson, and I was asked to do the invocation, but as a black preacher, I can't just give an invocation. I'll say a few little words. There was a man whose car was stuck in a ditch, and he was there all night trying to get out of this ditch. The next morning, he sees a farmer come with one horse and a buggy. He says, look, I don't know if you can do this, but I need you to pull my car with your horse out of this ditch. The man said, no problem. Unleashed the horse and connected to the car. Then, what was peculiar to the driver, that the farmer said, Smitty, Little Joe, Gumhead, and snapped the whip, and the horse just pulled the car out. What was peculiar is, why did he say all these names with just one horse? So he got the car out, he thanked the farmer, and he said, look, I got to ask you one question. Why did you say all these names with one horse? He said, the horse is blind. And if the horse knew that it was the only one pulling this car out, it might not have pulled the car out. Yo, we have to come together in this city. Am I right? We need to come together. Blind or not blind, but the structure of some situations with those on the margins are in the ditches. And through the great work and through the leadership of our new state's attorney, Eileen O'Neill Burke, we believe that that coming together is going to take place. Scriptures say in Micah 6:8, know, O people, the Lord has told you what is good, and this is what he requires: to do what is right, to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God. A great theologian, Mother Teresa, said, whenever there's an absence of peace, it is because we forgot that we belong to each other. Let us not forget that we belong to each other, that we will come together in unity, and that we will walk humbly with our God, that we will love mercy, and we will do what is right. Let us pray. God, you are amazing. You are amazing, and your timing is never wavering. All the unique things that are happening, God, in our world never caught you off guard. And we are grateful that we can lean into you as things are peculiar, things are challenging, things are rough, things are hard. But we know, God, that you are in control and you are in charge. And we ask now and pray for our new state's attorney, God, Eileen O'Neill Burke, that she would lean into you, pursue unity, connect in ways, God, with leadership that will create a pathway in our city for healing, for hope, and for transformation. We thank you. In the mighty name of God, through Jesus Christ, we pray. Amen.
Good morning. I'm Joy Cunningham of the Illinois Supreme Court, and I bring greetings from our Chief Justice, Mary Jane Tice, and my colleagues of the Supreme Court. It is an honor for me to be here today to administer the oath of office to my dear friend, Eileen O'Neill Burke. I'll start by asking two questions. The first is, why? Why are we here today? And while the answer seems obvious, to witness Eileen O'Neill Burke swearing in as State's Attorney of Cook County, the real answer is a little bit more complicated than that. Eileen O'Neill Burke was a respected appellate court justice who has enjoyed a long and successful career, and I know because my chambers were right next to hers. She has been a trial judge She has been assistant state's attorney early in her career. She is respected in the legal and judicial communities. She could very well have continued on the path that she was on until the end of her career. She was doing something important and had a fulfilling career. However, those of us who know Eileen knows that she is not comfortable with just being there and just sitting back and letting someone else do the work. That is not the Eileen O'Neill Burke that I know. A couple of years ago, Eileen decided, she looked around and she decided that she wanted to do something about the criminal justice system in Cook County. And she decided that she wanted to make it better. So, with that spirit that she has, the spirit of Eileen, and with that thought in mind, she undertook the journey that has brought us to this place today. It was a perilous journey, to be sure, and not for the faint of heart. But those of you who know Eileen know that she is a fighter. So the answer to the why question of why we're here today, we're here because Eileen O'Neill Burke made that momentous decision with the help of her family and those closest to her to leave the security of her position as an appellate court justice in order to make the lives of the people of Cook County better. That is the why. And you heard the speaker talk about the why. Well, this is my why for Eileen. Many people didn't understand why an appellate court justice would leave the comfort of her position to take one which is arguably lower in the hierarchical structure of things. Eileen understood. She did that because she wants a better criminal justice system for the people of Cook County, for our families, for our children, and for all of us. She did it because of three things: hope, promise, and grit. The hope flows from the people of Cook County to Eileen. The people of Cook County are given hope by what she stands for. The promise flows from Eileen to the people of Cook County. Her promise is that she will do her best to fulfill our hopes and her hopes and make the state's attorney's office of this county a model for the nation. You've heard what she said throughout her campaign. I know Eileen. I know her heart, and she means every word of it. Last but not least, Eileen brings what can only be described as grit to her new job. She is smart. She is strategic. She understands tactical warfare when it relates to crime in the criminal justice system. She is tenacious, and she has fortitude. And she displayed that over the last 2 years of her campaign. This is a woman that doesn't get tired. She knows the value of a strong, experienced team, and she has assembled one. They are formidable. She doesn't like to lose a fight, especially when that fight is for the people. In other words, this has become her life's work, and I, for one, look forward to the legacy which will set the Cook County State's Attorney's Office on a path of excellence for years to come. The people of Cook County are truly the beneficiaries of the answers to my two questions. Why are we here, and how did we get here? The answers are hope, promise, and grit, and that is Eileen O'Neill Burke. Eileen, are you ready to take your oath? Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of the Office of State's Attorney
of the Office of State's Attorney
for the County of Cook
for the County of Cook
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Madam State's Attorney.
Thank you. a great day. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for being here and being part of this journey. Thank you to Joy Cunningham, my dear friend. I have just gotten to know Pastor Phil, and you can see the energy he brings. We're going to continue to work together. Lori Kennedy is a famous singer in the legal circles. If anybody ever goes to the Celtic Lawyers Lunch, you've heard Lori. I can't tell you, Don Harmon and Chris Welch, how wonderful you have been, and we are going to get some seismic things done. I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my alderman, Pat Dowell. She sent me a text the other day saying, "How you doing?" And I said, "I feel like I'm in a barrel about to go over Niagara Falls." And her response was so beautiful and prescient, I have saved it. She said, "A lot of prayer, a really great staff, and belief in the work is what will sustain you." And that is what we're going to do. Thank you. It is a tremendous honor to stand before you today as the new state's attorney for Cook County. But today is not about me. It's about the belief that safety in a fair criminal justice system are not mutually exclusive. We can have both, and we will. Over the past year and a half, I have been so blessed by the people who have stepped forward and answered the call to public service by offering their time, talent, and their commitment to building something extraordinary. But none of this would have been possible without the support of my family. My husband, JD, is here with me today. He's been my partner, my advisor, my most trusted confidant for the last 35 years. So I actually think, I started adding that up, I think it's 37 years. But my mother, Carol O'Neill, unfortunately cannot be here today. She's not doing well, so please send her your positive thoughts. But I can tell you this, that she raised my brother Jim and I by herself, and the one thing she taught us is you can achieve anything you want if you're willing to work hard enough for it. So I know she's proud of me today. All right. This journey began because I love this place that we all call home. We have unparalleled opportunities here. We have world-class universities. We have an infrastructure. We even have a fresh water supply. We are primed to boom, but we are being overshadowed by crime right now. While our crime rates are beginning to come down, the progress is not sufficient, particularly when it comes to gun violence. Just 2 weeks ago, I went to Officer Enrique Martinez's funeral. He was shot and killed in the line of duty. He was 26 years old. On Friday, Oak Park Detective Alan Reddins was shot and killed on his way to respond to an armed offender. Our number of shootings has risen exponentially. We have war zone numbers of people being wounded by gun violence right now. We are having a mass shooting on a regular basis. We are becoming numb to the numbers. I don't want to become numb. I want to do something about it. We have a tool to address this crisis, and it's the assault weapons ban. There is no doubt in my mind that the appellate courts are going to uphold our ban once again. The ban bans not only assault weapons, but guns that have been equipped with a switch and an extended magazine, which converts it to a machine gun that is capable of firing 30 rounds in a second. These are weapons of war. Starting today, we are treating the possession of these weapons with the seriousness they demand, and we will seek detention and jail time every time someone is found with those weapons. But that's not enough. In order to get our crime rates down, we need to be really good at our jobs. And we have already started taking the steps needed to make sure that we are the best trained state's attorneys in the entire country. We are developing a curriculum for each and every level of the state's attorney's office where we're going to study the Constitution, the case law, and the statutes. We are going to train on the courtroom skills that are necessary to be effective at our jobs. There is going to be no better place than right here in Cook County if you want to be a trial attorney. There is going to be no better training in the entire country than right here in Cook County. Innovation is also going to be the key to our success. Restorative justice programs offer an alternative to incarceration. They get people turned around before they turn to violence. Let me be very clear on who these programs are geared for. They are geared for non-violent offenders, and we are going to double down and make sure we are getting as many people turned around before they turn to violent crime as possible. Not only does this make us morally better as a society, but it's fiscally better. If we can get people turned around, it costs a fraction to invest in these programs than it does to incarcerate someone. When they work, we all win. Over this last year and a half, I have been to all parts of Cook County, and at many events, there were former or current state's attorneys who were in the room. So there's an old truism among trial attorneys that says, never ask a question you don't know the answer to. But I knew what the answer was. Every time I saw a state's attorney, current or former, in the crowd, I would ask him this question in front of everyone. I would say, do you remember the first time you stood up in court and said, I am here on behalf of the people of the state of Illinois? I knew what the answer to that question was. Each and every time they said with a resounding, yes, I remember. So I started adding a second question to this, and I am as confident in this response as I was in the first one. Second question is, what's the best job that you've ever had? Every single time they have said assistant state's attorney. So it's clearly not because this job is easy. This isn't a job where you walk out the door at 5 o'clock, shut off the light, and go on your merry way. This is a job that wakes you up in the middle of the night. This is a job that you think about decades later. It's a job that you will love. So why is the answer to these questions always the same? Why is the answer, yes, I remember the first time I stood up in court and said those words, and yes, it was the best job I ever had? It is because the mission of the office. We are there to represent the victims. We are there to uphold the law. We are there to make sure each and every person is treated fairly. That mission is so much bigger than ourselves, and that's why it's the best job, and that's why everybody remembers the first time they stood up in court and said those words. We're at a critical juncture right now. While we have a crime issue, we also have an abundance of hope and opportunity. We can go one way or the other, but we've been here before. I'm a Chicago nerd. I might as well just let everybody know that right now. I have gone on every single tour offered. I've gone on the Pedway tour. Claire McWilliams had to go on that one with me. I've gone on the kayak tour. I've gone on every boat tour. I've gone on the neighborhood tour. So in true Chicago nerd fashion, it should surprise no one that one of my very favorite books is Eric Larson's Devil in the White City. The setting is 1893 Chicago, where all the civic leaders and the business community came together to host a World's Fair, which would showcase the innovation and opportunity that Chicago had to offer. But Chicago was also a very violent city. If you can believe this, in 1893, we had 800 murders that year. That's about the same that we had in 2023 with double the population. Chicago was a city of violence, but it was also a city of opportunity. So here we are, 130 years later, and we find ourselves at another crossroads. Yes, we face significant challenges with crime, but we also have so many individuals who are dedicated and ready to rise to the occasion and meet this challenge. So I'm going to close today with the words of Daniel Burnham. Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood. Make big plans. Aim high in hope and work. And that's exactly what we're going to do. We are going to aim very high, and we are going to work tirelessly to make sure that the vision of a safer Cook County becomes a reality. So thank you for coming today. Now it's time to get to work. Thank you.
And now the work begins. The state's attorney's office stands at the crossroads of our community. It is, in many ways, an intersection of all we hope to be, our aspirations for justice, safety, and opportunity, and all that we must overcome, crime, apathy, cynicism. Today, we've sworn into office someone with a career that spans the roles of prosecutor, defense attorney, and judge. This is someone who has seen justice from every side of the courtroom. Unencumbered by the limits of any singular aspect of that career, she is instead strengthened by a guiding focus to do what is right and what is fair under the law. This is a quality we need more in our politics and public service. At a point when many would be paving the path to their retirement, Eileen O'Neill Burke has stepped up to take on the challenge of leading this office and continuing the work to move this great county forward. She understands that trust is a value earned through action and accountability. Her leadership reflects our shared goals of one community, united by a vision of safe neighborhoods where our children have equal opportunities and the law is enforced with fairness for all. I've known Eileen for some time. Early in her career, she impressed me with her dedication and integrity. So I look forward to the success that she will achieve for the people of Cook County, and I applaud her for reimagining what the office can be and for leveraging her diverse experience to transform it into a national standard of integrity, effectiveness, and innovation. She's also called upon the talents and experiences of those who have served in this office before her and is building a collaborative and forward-thinking team. This is a new day for our community, one filled with opportunities for greatness. As today's closing speaker, I want to congratulate Eileen for taking on this challenge and for the important work she will do for all of us. Because now that my remarks are over, the work begins.
Thank you all for being here. There is a reception right down the stairs. Thank you.